Good morning, welcome to the video. Monday the 14th of April now. So this is the week before Easter. So this is where everybody kind of traditionally wants to get their lawns looking nice. So traditionally what I do is always mow this week as opposed to scarifying and things like that. Now there's some lawns that I did last week which obviously have got the fleece over. So you know those lawns, they are what they are. And they tend to be new clients who would have that sort of treatment. Generally, if you're an established client, then your lawn should be in a relatively good state, that it wouldn't need to be pulled right back to have to be totally reseeded and have the netting on and have the fleece on. You know, obviously there's exceptions to that, like the job we did last week, which had the building work done. But again, that's, you know, that kind of is not your usual sort of regular maintenance, is it? So yeah, so that's it. It is the mowing week. So what I do, or I tend to do, is not mow on a Monday, so because you lose so many mowing days. You lose 5, in fact, to bank holidays. So, but because we've got a bank holiday Friday this week, what it does mean is that I can just shuffle everything forwards. So Tuesday mowing on a Monday, Wednesday mowing on a Tuesday, Thursday mowing on a Wednesday, Friday mowing on a Thursday. That leaves Friday clear. However, as much as I'd like to not work, I've had the option to go and do that really big lawn with the ride-on tractor, so that's kind of too good to turn down, really. And they had asked to have it cut this week a long time ago, so almost straight after the last cut they were like, we'll probably need another one before Easter. So yeah, fair enough. And then actually it turns out I might be doing just a little bit of fencing as well on that day, and I'm talking about erecting fences, not sword fighting, obviously. So anyways, yeah, welcome to my new spacious home. So what I will do, if you didn't see last week's video, what I will look to do probably is I had to just kind of shove these up and just hope for the best, just to get stuff in and get everything out of the last one. So what I'll probably do is move that frame down a few, then I can then move all this down and basically make the most of the space. So if they go down at least to the next one, then what I'll have is from there all the way to here, potentially on both sides, to have shelving put in. I could have more racking along the roof. I could have shelves up high. Floor space is a premium, so I don't want too many of these kind of racks. What I would maybe look to do is build some shelving, but actually have it where the top shelf is about here, or let's just say here. So I've got one, let me get a hand out of the way. Okay, so the first one is just above the handlebars, so I could get 1, 2, maybe 3, but I still don't lose the space underneath to park everything. These bags here need sorting. These are all empty waste bags, and I got 6 more just last week through all that soil turning up. So, and I've got more to come, so I really need to have a good look through those and chuck out as many as I can, because, you know, they're taking over, aren't they? So yeah, it's really good. So as I say, it just gives me the option. If I need to bring the trailer home for work, I can bring the trailer in now. If I need to leave the ride-on mower here, I can leave the ride-on mower here. This is just a bag of rubbish which has been collected, waiting to be removed, so that will all be gone soon. And as I say, we'll get some shelving in or something just to tidy this up. The tools, they're just lying around at the moment, but they'll hang up there. So again, just above the height of the handlebars. So yeah, should work out quite well. So yeah, really pleased. It's essentially an extra £1,000 a year, but it's just got to give me flexibility, and also it means that I can really take out a lot of the stuff. I've still got the chipper on demo from Trackmaster. I used it. It needs to go back at some point. To be honest with you, I'd sort of, all the uses I had for it, I was towards the very end of that, so I kind of had a very sort of quick demo with it. But yeah, it'll be more in the summer when I'm doing some hedges in August, where I'll really benefit from it. It'll probably have to go back, but I might be able to get it back for then. But again, that's just sitting in the garage, where it could just be sitting up here, because that's taking valuable space up in the garage where the kids want to leave their bikes and everything else. So yeah, it's going to make just life a little bit more spacious at home as well. So I think it's money well spent, to be honest. Okay, so these are the three mowers, the 56, the 41, and then we've got the Ego for that funny little slanty hilly patch, which if you remember 2 weeks ago, I tried it first with that, and then I tried it with this, and it was just too top heavy, and it kept wanting to roll over because it's such a steep angle. So yeah, that's it. I'm also thinking I don't need a backpack blower today. I am wondering whether I could do any feeding today on some of the lawns, because there's rain all week here and there, so I don't know is the answer. I'll probably just mow, get it done. Day's a bit different today because it's the first time in a couple of years I'm not going up to the property with the Time Master. If you remember, last 2 weeks ago I put the key through the door, and that was that. So yeah, we haven't got that one to do. Also, the next one I would go to, that's got fleece on it, so we won't be mowing that one today. So we'll go on to the next one. I might take a scarifier with me and just try and do a little bit of lawn care on a couple of the small ones while I'm there, just to kind of get them off the list, really, because I've kind of bought myself a little bit of time with not having to do the other ones, but they won't be till the afternoon anyway, so we'll just see how it goes. Here we are. This is second lawn of the day, third lawn of the day, in fact. This is actually hadn't had its treatment yet. It's had its winter iron treatment, but that's it. So it's looking in pretty good condition for the fact that it's not been fed yet, but it's been so dry. Okay, so we're on our 1, 2, 3, 5th lawn of the day. Now this one, you can see it's pretty overgrown. Now this is one you'll probably remember from last year, and the last time I cut this was the last time it was cut, and that was in December, just before Christmas. So grass is pretty long. Essentially, this house now is up for sale, I assume. So in the meantime, they just want me to come in once a month to cut it. She did ask me, so it was fortnightly. She asked me if I would come in every 3 weeks, but every 3 weeks just doesn't work with my schedule, because either it's a mowing week or it's a lawn care week, and every 3 weeks it's going to change. So so what I said to her is I would cut it once a month when I had availability, and that's all I could offer at this stage. So today, obviously, I'm one lawn down because I've lost that one, and then I'm the lawn I can't cut, so I've got myself a little bit of time. So I thought, you know what, I'll do it today, and then that just gets it out the way. I certainly wouldn't have time this week. Next week I won't have time, so then we're looking at the last week of the month, and we don't know what the weather's going to be. We don't know whether, you know, if it's torrential rain and I don't get time to do it, then all of a sudden I've missed my opportunity to do it that month. So while I've got the time, it's not due to rain today, I thought we'll just get it done. Okay, so we're on the second to last house. You've seen all these before, so there's no real sense in showing you again, but anyway, this one I am scarifying and I am feeding. The rain wasn't due today, so that's worked out quite well, so it's nice and dry, and I will feed this, and then hopefully tomorrow, I think the rain's coming in tonight. That will yeah, that will water it in perfectly. As I say, I've got one more. I'll probably scarify that one as well. Annoyingly, I've got some soil at my house, and this one's in my road, so I could do with putting some soil down there, but I've got no wheelbarrows, so I need to go to container to get a wheelbarrow, so I could literally wheelbarrow it down the road. We'll just have to see if I've got time for that, because tomorrow's a really busy one, so I want to leave early, so I want to make sure that I've got all the mowers. Actually, in fact, I only need one mower because it's a Time Master and a tractor mower day, so I actually only need the one mower, but I want to just get it home so I can then leave early doors, and then I don't have to wait till the containers open at 7:30, because then it would mean I'd like to be starting at 8, but yeah, it's the furthest one I travel to. Anyways, right, I'm going to carry on with this scarifying. See you later. Morning. So it's Wednesday today, so this is a Thursday lawn on a Wednesday because of bank holiday. I've brought everything forwards. Yesterday was Tuesday, but it was Wednesday fortnightlies on a Tuesday. I didn't record anything, just was tired and couldn't really be bothered. I've ended up taking on an extra lawn, but the convenience of it was just too good to give up or to not take on, and that's my usual Friday route, that road. I have a Friday weekly and normally a Wednesday fortnightly. And then I've got a few other jobs in that road as well. Some are just a bit ad hoc, others are having building work done, so there's no lawns to mow at the moment, or treat. And sometimes I do some work for the road, so it was another one in there, so I think that makes 8 houses in one road, so I couldn't really say no. So I'll have to show you that one on another time. Now, last night, so Tuesday night, all through the night it was ridiculously windy. The wind kept waking me up, it was that much, and all I could think about was all these jobs that I've had fleecing down, and the fact that it probably won't be where it was. I've already had one message this morning. I'll show you that that photo now. That video I could see was forwarded to the client, I assume from his wife, so maybe he's not at home at the moment. I might have to pop up there. I know on another one they're away on holiday at the moment, so I might have to go and check that one as well at some point. It's just having the time to go and do all these things, as well as all the usual type of jobs. But anyways, right, so today, as I say, Thursday lawn on a Wednesday. I'm just going to open the gate, then I'll show you it. So this lawn you'll recognise, it's had one cut this season, in February I guess, and then this whole pond got completely dug out and reconstructed, and because of that I haven't had access to the lawn or anything. So the lawn's not looking that bad, in the sense that it's not been cut. It has been treated in February, but yeah, that's the last time it had a cut, so it definitely needs a cut now. I've been cutting it with the Time Master for the last couple of years, and it looks a bit rough for it. Could do with the hater going over. Okay, so there we are. Actually, that's stripes from I think 2 weeks ago. So I'm going to look into the sun now. There you go. Can't really see it because we're looking into the sun, but the stripes are there. Honest. So last week when I was here, I did all the like the rough grass, and I also sprayed all the weeds off all around, because it's, you know, it's big gravel driveways and paths, and you know, old paths with not much cement in and stuff like that. And the key, I did a lot of spraying last week because, one, it was dry, but also there wasn't much wind. Today it's quite windy, and we did have a little bit of rain come in, so it's the rain more so that nearly dropped blower. It's the rain more so that I'm concerned about with regards to spraying total weed killer, because it's going to drift, so I wouldn't want to do it. So I think that's one of the important things I'm always trying to stress in these videos, is that you've got to work with the weather. Last week, and also your schedule too, so you can't be driving all over the place, certainly in this industry, just to do a little bit of here and a little bit there. If you're at a job and the conditions are right for the spraying, then you've got to crack on with it. For me personally, last week was perfect to spray. This week it's too windy to spray. Next week it might be raining. It might be that I'm on school pickups and drop-offs and I just won't have time to do it. So if I hadn't made the most of it last week, I may not get another opportunity for another month. in which case the client's going to be on my case about the weeds. So I really stress, you know, when you've got the time and the conditions are right, whatever job it is, get it done. Okay, so we're back at this property, and I don't know why, but I'll find out soon enough. But the hose pipe that I set up, which watered everything in one fell swoop, has been removed. Interesting. Okay, still none the wiser as to why it was folded up and put away, but I have put it back. I've also, as I told the client, I'd bring pegs to peg it in place, so you can't see it in the sun just like last time. So the plan was to do that and to cut the grass. You may notice the grass is not cut. That is because the belt, which goes from the engine spindle or pulley, whatever you want to call it, the belt snapped. Fortunately, I'd only done like a third of the perimeter, so it's not really obvious that I haven't cut the rest. So I've ordered the part, and we should have to wait and see on that one. Should be in on Tuesday. Hopefully it's an easy fix, so I can just fit it next week and then cut, because the grass is going to be pretty long. But yeah, there we go. No grass cutting today. Fortunately, there was enough stuff to faff around with to make the visit worthwhile. Okay, so last property of the day, usual Thursday, but obviously it's a Wednesday. If you remember the last time we were here, I was top dressing this till 7 o'clock at night last Thursday. So you can see the client has watered it in. You can also see that in the corners and stuff it hasn't been watered in. So obviously they put the sprinkler down, and then what it's got, and what it hasn't, it hasn't. But you know, it's not even been a week, so it's kind of the seed's not, and also you've got to remember it's quite cold as well, so the seed hasn't germinated yet, which is exactly what I'd expect. Obviously you've got your sort of areas which were really low areas, so I've sort of leveled them off a little bit. So now all we're doing is, if you remember, I didn't have enough, so I sort of took a line from there, leaving this area here. So we're going to dress this out. This bit here needs covering up. You can see I've just chucked a little bit more seed down there because the birds obviously have had a good go at it. Now you can see all this little white stuff here. All of this is a wetting agent, a granular wetting agent. See, this is just going to stay here for a little bit, and it just breaks down very slowly. So every time it gets wet, it just helps activate a little bit more moisture through the soil. So yeah, I mean, this is by far the worst area here, and you can see exactly why. But it doesn't get any sunlight. But we'll get this dressed out, and that will give the grass a bit of chance, if nothing else. So that's the bag all out, all the dressing out, and I am leaving the son in charge of turning the water off, or moving it, or whatever he decides he's going to do. Okay, so it's Friday afternoon. I didn't film anything. Sorry, it's not Friday afternoon. I have to keep remembering this. It is Thursday afternoon. And today I did Friday lawns on a Thursday. Reason being, Good Friday tomorrow. Which was going to be spent as a family day, but then a bit of work's come up. So we're going to be doing the big lawn with the tractor mower. And then doing a bit of stuff at a Friday house, so I'll be going back to that house. However, I am in the big container. I have my trailer with me, finally. So, it needs a bit of a clean, but essentially this is a P6E i4 Williams trailer. Good tread on all the tyres, and this is for sale, if anybody wants to make me an offer for it. It's got the ladder rack, it's got the tailgate, so ramps, you can drive up it, push mowers up it, etc, etc. It's all in good working order, everything works, everything's as you'd expect. A bit of mud on it, but obviously I can clean that. Yeah, so if you're interested, let me know. But for the first time, well, not the first time, but now I've got the bigger container, I need it for Monday, Tuesday, no I don't, bank holiday Monday. I need it for Tuesday, Wednesday, so I can just push it in here. Also, what I would say is it's kept inside as well. So yeah, there we go. Right, so I'll see you tomorrow on the big lawn. So it is Friday, and we've been cutting the lawn, the big lawn, the lawn that you've seen a couple of times now, the lawn I've cut by hand before with the Time Master a couple of times, and the lawn I've cut, and you can notice that it's not cut behind me, but we'll come to that in a minute. And you'll notice the lawn that I've cut a few times with the Time Master, sorry, Cub Cadet. So I'm back again to give it a cut, and I was cutting it on setting 3, so taking quite a lot off, but it was cutting it quite well. So there you go, there it was. Obviously there's debris spread around, but it is what it is. If you're not collecting, then you need to be cutting regularly. Anyways, so got all that section cut. There's a bit of grime in the engine, so basically it keeps beginning to run out of fuel, but then you shake filter, and I've got a spare one, and you see all the crap in there, and then it starts up. It's absolutely fine. So anyway, got a couple of sections cut right over there by the tennis courts. Got 2 passes through here, and then I thought, you know what, I'll have a bite to eat, a little bit peckish, and then I couldn't get the mower started. 2 years ago, on Good Friday to the day, in fact, it broke down, and it needed a new new starter motor and new starter motor solenoid, because the starter motor solenoid was actually completely melted. So anyway, while trying to start it, tried a few things, jump it off the van. Had a brand new battery last year, so I don't think that was the problem. The actual starter motor was beginning to smoke and get very, very hot, so I think it's pulling through too many amps. So yeah, so I'm gonna have to leave it as it is. Fortunately, all the areas I've done are the areas visible from the house. The stuff I haven't done has that barrier in there, so they can't really see it. Obviously it's bank holiday Monday, so I won't be working Monday, so I'm gonna have to come back Tuesday. Now Tuesday I am, so this is the furthest one I do from my house. It's probably an hour away, but because it's ad hoc and it's good money, I'll do it if I've got time. However, this is the problem. Had this been close to me, I could have just nipped home, grabbed a Time Master, come back down, bosh that bit out, job done. So this is the problem when you take on lawns that are too far away from your house. Stuff like this happens. If you remember last year, when the Time Master broke down, it always broke down at the furthest lawn away from me, which was a regular lawn, if that makes sense. So yeah, it's what should have been quite a nice, easy, enjoyable day, and it has now turned out to be a nightmare. So I need to get that fixed. I don't know if I mentioned it, but one of the belts on the John Deere ride-on mower had snapped on Thursday. So yeah, I've managed to order the right part now. It was a bit of a pain trying to get hold of it. Also, because it's a John Deere and it's a collector mower, the majority of the videos are on how to fix things, because I'd always YouTube stuff if I don't know, are American, and because they don't have collector models, it's slightly different. So I think I found one video which is, and even then the quality of the video is not very good, because when he's obviously looking at what he's talking at and not looking through the screen, the lens of the camera, so the camera's never on what he's talking about. But I think there's enough information for me to work it out as to quite what he's doing. So that's going to be my reference on how to fix it. So yeah, anyways, there we go. That's life, that's business. Have a good Easter. and I'll probably see you back here on Tuesday morning.